First one out is the one Long Tom, owned by AMG Stable OI, trainer Marcus Melander, driver Tim Tetrick. After winning 3 starts in 7 as a 2-year-old and breaking stride in the Breeders' Crown eliminations, Long Tom has come out this year and won his first 3 starts. He won the New Jersey Sire Stakes final on June 2nd, followed that up with an elimination win by 6 1/4 lengths for the Beal. Number 2, Perfect Spirit, owned by SRF Stable. The trainer Aki Svanstedt to driver David Miller. David won this race back in 2013 aboard Corky. And Perfect Spirit with Yannick Gingras aboard last week won an elimination at 23-1. Was his 3rd win in 5 this year. His other 2 came in overnight races here at Pocono. David Miller gets the call this evening for the 2, Perfect Spirit. Number 3, SORTIE, owned by Patricia Stable, Joe's Bracco, Mario Mazza, and SORTIE Stable. Trainer Noel Daly, the driver Andrew McCarthy. SORTIE started the year off with back-to-back wins at the Meadows in Pennsylvania Sire Stakes and Courier and Ives races. He's coming off a best of the rest, 2nd in his elimination. Last year finished 3rd in the Breeders' Crown for 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings. And number 3 is SORTIE. Number 4, Moonshiner Hanover, owned by Chris Beaver, Synerco Ventures Incorporated, and Bill Maines. Trainer Chris Beaver, driver Scott Zeron. Moonshiner Hanover made the final by finishing 3rd behind Ariana G in that elimination race. 2 wins in 4 this year, both at the Meadows. Last year won once in 12 starts, but still earned over $263,000 as he finished 2nd in the Breeders' Crown final behind Walner. 5, Bill's Man, owned by William Wiswell, M&L of Delaware LLC. Trainer John Butenshane, the driver Corey Callahan. Callahan won this race back in 2012 aboard, who can forget, Goo Goo Gaga, that unique trotter. Bill's Man, a 2nd in the EBC final at Vernon, followed that up with a 2nd in his elimination behind Ariana G. Number 6, Lucky Matter, owned by Chris Beaver, Synerco Ventures Incorporated, and David Lang. Trainer Chris Beaver, the driver Brian Sears. So trainer Chris Beaver has a Lucky Matter and Moonshiner Hanover in the final. Lucky Matter making the final as a 21-1 long shot. That was after a win at Scioto Downs in his previous start. 7, Devious Man, owned by Stroy Incorporated, Andy Miller Stable Incorporated. Trainer Julie Miller, the driver Andy Miller. Devious Man's 2nd place finish in the elimination, headed out by Perfect Spirit, was his first loss this year. He had been 3 for 3 at Vernon Downs, including the $252,000 EBC final. Number 8, Ariana G, owned by Marvin Katz, Al Libfeld, trainer Jimmy Takter, driver Yannick Gingras. Ariana G, the first ever filly to compete in the Beal final. She won 9 of 11, including the Breeders' Crown as a 2-year-old against the other fillies. Won the New Jersey Sire Stakes against the other fillies. They won the championship, won her elimination. Yannick Gingras has won this race 3 years running, and the trainer Jimmy Takter also has 3 Beal victories. And race number 9, Dover Dan, owned by William Wiswell, Gene Galen, Eugene Schick, trainer John Butenshane, driver Brett Miller. It's the 2nd Butenshane trainee, along with a 5 Bill's Man. Dover Dan was a Sire Stakes winner 2 starts ago and then finished 3rd in his elimination last week. That's the field for race number 12, the Earl Beal Jr. Memorial Trot with a purse of $500,000, no changes, in less than a minute until post.
The final of the Earl Beal Jr. Memorial, $500,000, 1 filly, 8 colts. I like the filly. Number 8, Ariana G. She's done everything right. I mean, the one thing about this filly is she seems to relax. She can go fast and she can relax. She can go fast and she can relax. And she seems to have an endless amount of speed. The field has a lot of contenders, but not a lot of horses that have shown consistent speed, high speed, the way she's shown it. Ariana G, despite post 8, you see here, 8 could be a problem, 8 could be an equalizer. I think she can get away well. Horses have been able to lead from the outside. Boston Red Rocks left from the outside. He got the lead. So I don't think Ariana G is going to have trouble getting the front from post 8. I think she'll be just fine if she chooses to get the lead. Yannick Gingras may take a different course, but she has the power. She has the speed to get there. Last week, number 1, Long Tom, made a believer out of a few people. 3 for 3 this year after, limited success as a 2-year-old, but this year he seems to be a different horse. Was really stung very, very hard early in the stages of last week's elimination, and showed no ill effects of that, just trotting home in 52-3. Very, very, very powerful effort. I don't know if Long Tom has as much speed as Ariana G, but in this race, he's got the rail, which should give him some advantage. My 3rd selection, number 3, SORTIE. Early this year, winning the Curry Knives, winning Pennsylvania Sire Stakes at the Meadows. Tripped up a little bit here in his first Sire Stakes start, but recovered nicely last week. Was a reasonably good second to Long Tom, and trainer Noel Daly thought they could do some things to improve upon him, and I think SORTIE fits well, especially from the inside in this field. My fourth choice, number 7, Devious Man, a winner of the Empire Breeders' Classic at Vernon Downs. And last week, I think he just got going a little too much, used him a little too many times early, and he got a little leg weary in the wire, got caught on the inside. But he ran a big race, and I think Devious Man has enough talent to get a check here. Past that, Bill's Man, number 5. Can't say much bad about him. He's been in the board first or second in all 6 starts this year. The seconds are what's troubling. When you want to win a race, you need a horse that can win. Last week he was good grinder, second to Ariana G, but no threat. Corey Callahan's going to need to get him in position, and that's been a problem for this horse. He hasn't really shown quickness at the start. Number 2, David Miller, driving Perfect Spirit. David's won 2 out of the 3 big races tonight, and certainly Perfect Spirit is in a really, really nice spot. Showed very good early speed, very good late speed last week in a slow mile, but still, it's an improving horse. Trainer Aki Svanstedt has done a very good job bringing him along, and Miller's hot tonight, and maybe Perfect Spirit will benefit from that. Number 4, Moonshiner Hanover, 2 wins in 4 starts this year. Moves inside a little bit, but the competition moves up, and that's really questionable for him. I think he can suck along, maybe get a check with some position. Number 6, Lucky Matter, the second Chris Beaver horse. Actually was pretty solid closing last week from an impossible spot, but did it inside, and David Miller chose off. So Lucky Matter has got a tough road to hoe from post 6.
And around the turn, they go. The Trotters have reached the backstretch, and they are underway in the Beal, and a flying start for Moonshiner Hanover. Gets to the front early on. Devious Man charging up on the outside. Long Tom on the inside, and just parked outside of him, Perfect Spirit. Ariana G moves into 5th in the early going, past SORTIE. Then it's Bill's Man 7th. At the back of the pack, Lucky Matter and the trailer Dover Dan. And Devious Man working his way past Moonshiner Hanover, has the early edge. SORTIE went off stride around the turn. The quarter is 27-1. And so it's Devious Man and Andy Miller controlling things at the moment from 3rd. Long Tom brushing for Tim Tetrick, trying to get to the front. Devious Man not going to make it easy on him. Inside 3rd from the pocket, Moonshiner Hanover, followed there by Perfect Spirit. And now Ariana G steps out 5th, almost at the same moment as Long Tom cleared. Following that move, Bill's Man into 6th, followed by Lucky Matter. Then it's Dover Dan way back, SORTIE. Half mile 56-1, 29 even second panel. Fractions a bit on the meek side here, and Long Tom separates now by 2 from Devious Man. On the outside, Ariana G brushing up aggressively now within a length and a half at 5/8. On the outside, Perfect Spirit trying to catch that live cover. Inside, Moonshiner Hanover's only 2.5 away. Further back, Lucky Matter and also Dover Dan. The lead down to just a half length now for Long Tom. 3/4, 124-1, 28 even third panel. Long Tom by just ahead. Ariana G continues to apply the pressure. Devious Man getting a great trip on the inside. Moonshiner Hanover 4th. Top of the stretch, Long Tom trying to hold off Ariana G. Inside opens up for Devious Man. Devious Man taking on Long Tom. It's Devious Man and Andy Miller taking a slight lead. Devious Man, pocket trip to pay dirt, wins the Beal by a length. Second was Long Tom. Ariana G settles for 3rd. Perfect Spirit 4th. Devious Man at 15-1 in 152 4/5. Well, this was bet like a match race between Long Tom and Ariana G, and for a moment it seemed like that's what it was going to be, but Devious Man was lying in wait the whole time in the pocket, and he easily gets past Long Tom. Ariana G, the tough first over grind. That post position was maybe too tough for her in this one, and Devious Man gets the upset win. The time of the mile, 1:52 and 4/5 tonight. Congratulations to your 2017 Earl Beal Jr. Memorial Champion. Awaiting the presentation, of course, we've had Jen Starr, Racing Marketing Manager, in there all night, along with Rick Kane, our Director of Racing, and they, along with a bunch of others, waiting to congratulate number 7, the Beal Memorial Champ, Devious Man.
We're here with Andy Miller in the winner's circle of the upset victory of, who won this race? Devious Man. Tell me, what kind of trip did you work out for yourself?
I worked out the trip I wanted. I left the gate a little, and he crossed over to the front, and then Timmy moved, and I got to let him go just before the half there, and set in his back till the open stretch there. And you know, he's really fast off a cover, and he enjoyed the trip I gave him.
And coming into the race, you thought you had a really good chance coming into the race?
Yeah, he raced good a couple weeks ago in Empire Breeders, and he's just a super nice horse. And I want to give a shout out to my wife, Julie, who's in Iowa, and my kids, TJ and Olivia.
Well, congratulations, Andy.
Thank you.